And hello everybody, welcome back to British Stand. I hope you're all well. Guys, we are going to be providing you a big update on the knife-wielding man from Lewisham yesterday. Of course, as you already know, when we broke the news yesterday, there was armed police presence, of course, in Lewisham, and the place, or the town of Lewisham, was locked down. People weren't allowed to go to their houses. People had to close their businesses due to this individual hanging outside of his window with a knife, shouting loads of stuff. Again, a lot of people scared, and at the time when we did break the news, we didn't really know the full scale of what was actually going on. And to be perfectly honest with you, despite the arrest, I still don't know the full scale of what was going on. But initial reports were stating that there could have been a potential hostage situation. However, reading between the lines of the Metropolitan Police's statement, it seems as though that wasn't the case. However, we still haven't got that update just yet. But I do want to go through some footage from last night. As stated, it was a 17-hour standoff from when police were called to the scene until the individual was then arrested. So again, this is a video of him just cutting around and in his house.
Oh, something's going on.
We were first alerted to this guy. Leaning out the window, quite circles now. Even shouting down people in the street. Then took his shirt off. Came up to that window with kitchen utensils, we say. Waving them around. Threats. To which point the police were then alerted. They quickly came to the scene. Shut the road off.
Let's close the window.
You can see. Shut the road off down here. Shut the high street down as well. Police station.
Now, as stated, armed police were in full presence, and it took 17 hours. A lot of people very, very frustrated. But here's some images of or video footage of armed police at night time. Bearing in mind, this started in the day as they looked the best way to try and tackle this suspect.
I'm gonna come off the line and just like things up. So they might be looking to go on the roof of the balconies.
So eventually, after this, the armed police did get into the building and managed to arrest the individual. And police statement has stated that it was a safe detainment, and of course the individual has been taken to hospital. But we have got a bit of footage from this detainment and a bit of ground reaction of people being very, very frustrated of being locked out of their homes.
Literal arm that is, and I ain't even got gloves on.
Yeah, bring your accuser downstairs. When I come out the door, bring the one accuser and you the policeman. No other backup.
Oh, you see?
Look, they're in there.
Got him.
Look,
They got him.
Got him.
They've got him, guys. Give that out.
They've got him. Look.
No, man.
To put the world to rest. Why do we need people like that in our lives? Oh, sake.
Starting this out here, man.
Huh?
Welcome to Lewisham, man.
That's what I'm saying. They're coming back round there again. You're mad.
Horrible.
Yeah, there it is. Yes.
Back at the window.
You must have heard of that.
So as you can see, a lot of frustration there on the ground, and you'd be absolutely raging if you were one of those individuals locked out of your home for 17 hours. There was, of course, the place was essentially in lockdown. And to think of Lewisham, of course, a town in London, is one of the main arteries throughout the capital. And, of course, yeah, this individual causing a huge inconvenience, not just to businesses and people around there, but probably people just trying to get around the city. And again, reading in between the lines at this moment in time, it seems as though the individual was alone. So again, we only got an update from Lewisham at 6 a.m. this morning to state that everything was back up and running. But let's go through some further statements following the arrest and following the town opening. So here's what the Metropolitan Police said. They said cordons have been lifted on Lewisham Hill Street following response to a disturbance at around 10:45 hours on Monday the 10th of February. Police entered the address at around 1:55 hours on Tuesday the 11th of February, and a man was safely detained and then taken to hospital. Posting on X at 6:12 a.m. on Tuesday this morning, Lewisham Council indicated that the drama was at an end, saying that earlier this morning all cordons were lifted and residents were able to return home. Roads are open. They've also stated that there was no suggestions he had a gun, despite earlier reports. The Express have also stated earlier that he overheard one officer telling a member of the public that the individual may have such a weapon, but that, of course, has been confirmed as not true and just had a knife. But the Metropolitan Police at 7 p.m. yesterday, in one of their more recent statements, they said that they don't have the information to indicate that the individual had hostages or people in the building with him. They just stated that it was kind of alone. But still then, we don't know what the heck he was doing, cutting out outside of his house like that, and the 17-hour lockdown caused by the individual's actions. So again, we still don't really know what he was doing, what the motive was, and what the heck was going on. But certainly do feel for the people of Lewisham, businesses having to close, people being locked out of their home just due to this absolute lunatic hanging outside his window with a knife. So yeah, I do feel for the people of Lewisham, but it does look as though it has concluded. And if there is any further details and we find out what actually went on in the house and what the reason for him doing this was, then we'll keep you up to date. But that is the update from this morning from Lewisham. A very eventful day and night as a knife-wielding man locked down the town for 17 hours. Bonkers. You couldn't make that up. But yeah, I mean, look, it's just another incident that's occurring with a knife. Thankfully, no one hurt in this situation, of course. But kniving, things to do with knives, it's just something that's a daily occurrence in this country. It's just not very often that you see massive amounts of armed police deployed onto a town to deal with a suspect and then detain them. So of course that did cause a lot of alarm, but it does look like no one has been injured. The individual has been arrested and has been taken to hospital safely. So take of that what you will. Now, of course, the mic is over to you. What do you guys think of this situation? Let me know your thoughts down there in the comments section below. And if you enjoyed today's video, guys, as always, please do hit the like button and hit the subscribe button for more British content like this. I've been Dan, this has been British Stand, and until next time, I'll see you all later. Take care. Peace.